Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of the Discord bot series. Today we're going to be making a random command and making our ping command a little bit better. So let's start with the random command. So we're going to do the same thing as above, else if command equals random. And we set this all up in the past 2 videos, so definitely watch those if you haven't. But if you have, let's continue. So else if command equals random, then we do our brackets again, enter, and now we're going to use variables. So let's have a variable minimum and a variable maximum for our random. So for our minimum, we're going to use the arguments. So arguments are what we made here, and what arguments made here in episode 2. So what they allow us to do is if we have something like exclamation point random 525, then we can get 5, which will be args 0, just like that, and 25 will be args 1. Just like that. Okay. So that's how we're gonna separate them. So first we want the minimum. So let's say our minimum is gonna be the first thing after the command. So 4. So that's gonna be args 0, and 0 will always be the first thing after the command. And then same thing for the maximum, args 1. And then there's one other thing we have to do, and this is because of JavaScript. Right now it's reading the args as a string, which is just text. So a string is just text, but we need to make them into a number. So the easiest way to do that is just to put plus before it, and then you can perform math and stuff on these numbers. So now let's create a random number. So we can just send, because now we're ready to actually send it. So let's create a random number. So in JavaScript, it's math.random, and this is going to generate a random number between 0 and 1, as it says here. So let's generate a random number between the maximum and the minimum. So first, let's get the range of maximum and minimum. So that would be maximum minus minimum. So that's just going to give us the difference between the two. So we know how much we're doing. And then multiply by that. So that'll give us a number from 0 to the range of our numbers. And then we can add minimum. So this is just how you generate a random number in JavaScript, and we can use it for that. So that's just going to create a random number. So if we save it and start it again, and then go back and do exclamation point random like 1025, then it's just going to give us a random number within that range. So random 510. But it's not a very readable number, it has a bunch of decimals. So how we can fix that is just by putting these in brackets again, and then doing math.floor, and floor will round it down. So if we do this and start it again, exclamation point random 725, and we get 18. So we're able to generate a random number, and if we want to format it, we can make it a little easier. Let's just remove this, variable random is that. So then we can say like your random number is plus random plus that. So now if we do random 5, 10, then I'll say your random number is 5. So now we know how to use basic variables to store values that we can use later. So let's use that and make a better ping command. So first we have to store the message so we can perform actions on it later. Instead of just sending it, we're going to store it. So we have to define it as a variable, so you can use const or var or let, but I'm just going to use const. And then we can do pong equals that. But since you have to wait for it to send, you also need something. You also need to put await. That's just gonna wait for it to send, and then it'll move on. And for that to work, you just have to put async appear before message. So async will allow you to await for things and quite a few other things. So you just have to put async up there. It won't really affect the rest of your code, but it'll allow us to do this. So now from here, it sent Pong. And now what we can do is pong.edit. And we can say like edited. So we'll just do this as an example. So we do exclamation point ping. Once we do that, it's going to wait for it to send Pong. And then it's going to edit it to edited. So exclamation point ping, and it sent Pong, and then edited it. So what we can do with this is say like pinging ... and then say the message created timestamp. So that's when you send exclamation point ping and then minus pong created timestamp. So it's going to so once you do ping, it's going to send pong, and then it's going to find the difference between when you sent ping and when it said pong, and it's going to edit that message with that difference. So I do ping, it sends pong, and then it replies, and I actually did this the wrong way around, I think, because, yeah, so you have to put this one first for it to be positive value, so let me just do that. And now we do ping, then it'll say 78. So how we would format that, we could do the same thing as before. Fair time equals that. And then we can say Pong took, and then we can plus time plus milliseconds. So then we start again, exclamation point ping, it'll say Pong took 88 milliseconds. So, I hope you understand. This is the end of episode 3. This is similar to the ping command in my server. So, yeah, that worked. And if you have any questions, you can join my server. It's a very cool level 3 community server, link in the description. It's just discord.gg/quantum society. And yeah, I'll help you there if you need any. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.